Thank you.
Karibu sana. And
Willis is in the,
and Willis is in the building. And finally, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Robo.
Yeah.
And I'm very sober. I'm not on weed.
The record.
Let the record reflect, ladies and gentlemen, and our listeners.
Let's talk about family planning and the youth and Fomni Gani youth movement. Fomni Gani.
Yeah, Fomni Gani is a slang for what's the plan in English. Yeah, and it's a movement started by young creative people from around the country. You know, creatives from media, entertainment, sports. Different people came together and said, hey, why don't we talk about family planning issues, especially amongst the youth? Because we need to keep the youth informed, educated, and just to bring up their knowledge on the importance of family issues, family planning, because it impacts directly on their future. And not only social, but also economically too. So it's important for us to start the discussion. We started the discussion. It has been going on around the country, and it's turned out to be very, very positive.
Okay.
There is, I guess, because when I posted the question, I've seen some people, because I asked them, what up? And what do you think about contraceptives, or, okay, let me just say family planning in general? What are some of the crazy things that you've heard about it in terms of, you know, before, like, I know we will talk about what the campaign aims to achieve, but also what are some of the crazy things, myths that you've heard about it? Some people say, ukichukua sasa utazaa tena, kwisha, it's over, it's a wrap. It's a problem. Some people say, how do I put this Ezekiel Mutua friendly? Transformer ita fikisha steamer. And many other things. What are some of the things you've had? Maybe you can tell us, Mike or Nirma.
Well, I mean, you hear strange things that people have about even basis of using condoms or things like that, where they fear that they're not going to be able to feel not just satisfied, but also afraid that it's going to injure them, or things like, and you hear it in the village, and it's not young people, it's actually older people telling young people these things. And so it creates this notion that it's true, because you do not do any factual checking, you don't do any research, you just believe what you're told. But I think one of the scariest is that when it comes to contraceptives for women, is the fact that a lot of women fear that it's going to interfere with you becoming barren or not being able to have children when you want to. And in some instances, yes, you'll have to say that some women are affected by it, but it's not all contraceptives that exist, and there are different kinds, and there are different levels, and there are different strengths. So a lot of people think that it's just one particular thing that works for everybody. Everyone has to find what works for them, and that's where it comes in, where young people have to do their research about that. And you find a lot of people don't. Where one of those people, especially in our country, we believe in rumors. In fact, rumors spread faster than the truth.
The truth. They become trumors.
Niliona kwa Facebook that this chick did this and this happened, and then that becomes our reality. So that's what I would say about that.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you. I think I agree generally. I think the other thing is around the perception that family planning first is external. It's a foreign kind of thing. Right. It's not for us. You know, it's not born here.
When you say us,
it's not an African thing.
So
you know, it's some program by some whiteness, foreign countries, something like that.
Right.
The second thing is around the conversations around, especially when you bring faith, that this is anti, you know, faith or God. So people tell you, know, watoto utoka kwa Mungu. We have had great songs about Sani yake, fame.
Yes.
Except God doesn't pay school fees, you know. So I think those two and what Nerima has maintained. But I think, Willis and Lulu, what I always think about family planning is, even before you get into the family part of family planning, is the idea that we need to demystify conversations around planning. All of us in our daily lives, in our education, we plan our lives. It's Wednesday today. You have plans for the weekend. You have a diary. You think, you know, you have plans for education. You have plans for wealth and investment, if all goes well. So there's some intrinsic value in just people planning. So even if you put the family planning aside, so there's beauty and value in planning our lives and what we want to do tomorrow, next week. But the family planning part is particularly important because family is a serious issue. Getting into the way of family, there are economic implications for it.
Right.
We are a country and a continent that suffers a lot from dependency syndrome. All of us here probably pay school fees for somebody or gets SMSs every time about school fees, my child is sick, etc. Part of that means we have people who have more children than they can sustain or can actually provide the best life they can for. Our fathers had land, piece of land they could be given, ngombes, etc. Our grandfathers. For us, our generation, we don't have those luxuries. It's you and your paycheck and your hustle. You are able to provide education and the best for your family. So it's responsible to bring children into this world whom you can actually take care of without burdening your neighbors, your brothers, and even yourself. You owe yourself a life.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. When we come back, we'll be taking your questions on social media, hashtag Raburu and Lulu on Hot. On Twitter, Facebook, Lulu Saidi, Hot96, and Willis The Breakthrough.
I have to read just two.
Okay, please do.
Omaria Kenneth, and we'll talk about this when we come back. Omaria O. Kware says, I asked, when you think about family planning, what questions you have here? Because this is the right time for a sixth baby. And then John Kigo anasema na wale watu wa safe days, as we don't want anything to do with family planning. Sasa hapo ndio tumefika.
Yeah.
That is planning.
That is planning?
That is family planning.
It means that you're planning.
Basi, Joanne.
That is the natural planning without any drugs.
Joanne, hapo
Okay.
umepatikana.